Arsenal themselves were putting in a strong performance in the win against Norwich, with securing a 4-0 win against Norwich. With Norwich, of course, trying to get those 3 points or even a point from the game to look to get out of the relegation zone. But with that loss, it's just looking more and more unlikely of them staying in the Premier League next season. However, I think one thing to highlight from that Arsenal versus Norwich game is that I still don't think that Arsenal is truly changing still at this current moment. Of course, they signed a new deal with Saka, and Aubameyang was pleased to hear that, so that could lead to his decision in potentially re-signing with Arsenal. But then again, Arsenal still is not changing very well at all. You still see some of those underlying problems, and I think Arsenal, just off that one win, does not mean that they're changing really. I think that it's a step, but still, I don't believe that Arsenal will be immediately changing from that, or that they're going to have a huge, important a future with that win in helping boost morale or confidence, or potentially leading to a stronger system. And they need to have Champions League football with some of their wage bills being so high on some of their players. And if they're only getting Europa League or even nothing, no qualification in any of those, then it's looking very, very, very poor. And Arsenal, I'm afraid, is going to look very, very weak unless they get investment from their owners, which then again I don't see happening either. And they could potentially lose some key players such as Aubameyang, who could resign, and Lacazette and Guendouzi, who are potentially leaving as well. That does not look good. It really does not look good for Arsenal, and it does mean that the club could potentially become desperate to unload those players because, of course, they have a huge wage bill, and if they can't secure Champions League football or Europa League football, which they most certainly will not this season, then they can't keep be willing to, or keep being able and stable enough to keep affording such a high wage bill for their players.